Welcome back everyone for a fiery Cobra Kai Season 5 watch party. The Cobra Kai teaser is here. Right off the top, we learned the release date will be sooner than previous years. Season 5 will be released on September 9th. You can expect the full trailer and heavy marketing to start in August. This summer won't be cruel. It will be blazing hot and kick-ass. Now the trailer opens with a quick shot of a beautiful new dojo. The main story drive of the season is made clear right up front. Cobra Kai is expanding everywhere, and Daniel and Chosen have to stop them. Terry Silver is going all out. It's sleek, it's modern, it's full of the new technology. The students are in black training gis. This is the advanced class. For the first time, the students are wearing black belts and not white belts. That also shows the advancement of the dojo. There are multiple classes and the characters we know are at the highest levels. Kyler and Kenny are at the center with a few other familiar faces. Otherwise, it is a lot of new students. It's also not just high school students either. Clearly, there are some adults and older students learning the way of the fist. The immediate implication is everyone in the valley is learning Cobra Kai. There are several images of the new locations as well as recruiting drives. There's a lot of people looking to sign up. There's also this map of Silver marking the locations of his dojos with what appears to be coffee creamers. The other spots may be schools, they may be rival dojos, maybe they're LaRusso auto locations. But clearly Silver has a methodical approach to what he's doing. It really harkens to his military nature and background. He's like a general planning his troops for war. You even get a similar vibe as this shot from the recent House of the Dragon trailer. When you want total domination, you can't let anything slip. The trailer then shows Daniel explaining the situation to Chosen. It has further dialogue about how he knows Silver is willing to put kids in harm's way. It includes a flashback to Karate Kid 3, which is intercut with Tori training the same way. Interesting about this very brief image here. Tori doesn't look angry, like maybe the lesson is supposed to be to channel your anger and she's trying but can't. In the movie, Silver put a picture of Barnes up. Did he instead put up a picture of Sam? Except Tori already fought Sam, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. What if instead Silver put up a picture of Miguel here? He's trying to force Tori to break her feelings for Miguel, as clearly she still has some. It's unclear. She's also training in what appears to be a session with other senseis from Cobra Kai. They all have the red stripe on their arms. So maybe Tori is testing to be a sensei or studying to become one. This is in line with my theory that she will ultimately teach Cobra Kai. Although if she's starting to have lingering doubts about Cobra Kai, that could be coming through as well. Definitely the brief shot of her in her room shows she is unsure about her win. Did she really earn it? It's also worth noting UFC champion Tyrone Wadley is in the background as one of the senseis. This is a cameo and maybe his only appearance, but it is worth noting that Silver is finding new senseis to run all these schools. He needs to make sure there is no drop in quality. Now on the map, there is 9 Cobra Kai dojos. In this shot, there are still 5 senseis. 6 if we include Tori. That means Silver needs at least 3 more. Well, you can guess who 1 or 2 of them may be.
Well, you must be Mike Barnes.
Yeah, there's definitely room for Barnes to come back and Tori to teach. It's worth noting in an extra photo we have Tori lined up behind Silver, though this doesn't appear to be a full class and Silver isn't in a gi. Perhaps this is part of a recruiting drive or something. There's also a few shots of Terry Silver doing some practice sparring, just like in Karate Kid 3. Not sure if he's fighting the other senseis or who, but once again Thomason Griffith is amazing here. He doesn't need any stunt double. He's never lost his form. Now the best moment in the whole trailer is this.
You're playing with fire, Danny boy. And I am gasoline.
Yeah, Chosen is not intimidated. He is not playing around. Chosen is here to help Daniel stop Silver, and that is what he's going to do. This is obviously the main drive of the season, and I would say it's best to think of it like Rocky IV. In Rocky IV, Rocky had to fight Ivan Drago, who was backed up with all the latest technology from the Soviets. They were advanced and spared no expense. Rocky had to do it the old-fashioned way. The training montage highlighted the differences. Think of Season 5 like that. Now Terry Silver and Cobra Kai are like Ivan Drago in the Soviets. They have money. They have the latest, most advanced equipment. Meanwhile, Daniel and Chosen are going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. They're going to have to dig deep into Miyagi-Do roots to take down the more advanced competitors. It's changed though. Cobra Kai used to be the rundown dojo. For the first several seasons, they were training on a pad that had tape. It was basic, but it got the job done. In that case, it's also like Rocky 3, where Rocky had gotten to the top and was taking in the fame and top equipment before he lost to Clubber Lang. Always be looking for the Rocky parallels. So then we move into the other major storyline of the season, Miguel going to Mexico to find his dad. While we've known for a while that Robbie was going to be with Johnny to find Miguel, what we now know is Johnny doesn't tell Robbie that's why they're going. This will obviously be a major source of tension between the two. Robbie thought maybe they're bonding, but Johnny is off putting Miguel first. Now it looks like Miguel does find his dad. This shot of Miguel and a man in a suit walking into a cage ring is likely our first view of his dad, albeit from behind. This man put his arm up on Miguel's back right before it cuts. Only someone close to him, like his father, would do that. You can also see a bit of a beard. We know Luis Roberto Guzman also had a beard while shooting. So this is almost certainly Miguel's father, and these two people are almost certainly the same person. If you haven't seen my previous video on Miguel's father, you will definitely want to check it out. We also see this cage fighting arena with the logo EHV. So this is definitely the same location from the earlier leaked pics. Maybe this is some sort of MMA style fighting place or an underground cage match. Presumably Miguel's father brings him here to check out some fighting in Mexico. Now at some later point, Johnny and Robbie come in with their FBI shirts, which means female body inspector. Johnny gets into a fight because of course he does. Otherwise, he has no real plan for finding Miguel, and it looks like this is somewhat of a wild goose chase. It's reasonable to assume Robbie won't appreciate their vacation together to go off like this. There's also a scene where Miguel seems to get himself into some trouble. Now he's wearing the same clothes he was wearing when he left and got off the bus, so it must be early in the trip. This could even be episode 1 or 2. He's apparently looking for his father, and these guys aren't very helpful. Now we see Miguel fighting these guys, but there's a bunch of them and the odds look grim. It's very possible his dad comes in and saves him, and that's how they meet. It could also be how he immediately knows Miguel knows karate, and what ultimately leads them to watch these cage matches. While the Mexico storyline is important, it's still unclear how much of the season it will take place. There are also several scenes with Miguel back in California. Miguel and Robbie are confronting each other in a water park in California, so it has to be after the Mexico storyline. This will have to be mid-season or late season. They both claim they will never be friends. As we think of Miguel and Robbie's story arc this season, if they're going to end up on the same side, it makes sense for there to be a lot of bumps on the road. It obviously can't be easy or resolved early. Robbie's anger that Johnny doesn't even tell him why they're going to Mexico can extend to Miguel as much of it does Johnny. Meanwhile, Miguel will still resent Robbie for the whole kicking him over the balcony thing. So maybe Mexico can bring Robbie and Johnny together, but Robbie and Miguel still need some work. The water park doesn't help, and they end up fighting at the apartment complex. This is likely still a real fight and not some sparring like Miguel has done before with Tori. Like you can assume Miguel and Robbie aren't going to start kissing like what happened this time. We also get a peek into Sam's storyline, or at least one part of it. She's back in her dreams. Now, if this is recurring or just one scene, we can't say for sure. The first part I would say is her insecurities. These are things she feels shame or embarrassment over. We see Yasmin and Moon in the cheerleader outfits from the Halloween party. This probably represents the low point of Sam as a friend. As you recall, it was the Halloween party where Yasmin really started bullying Aisha in front of the whole school. Sam did or said nothing to Yasmin to stop it or address it. Instead, Sam confronted Aisha and told her it's no big deal and the kids will move on.
Look, they're mean, but they have short memories. They'll forget.
For more details on that, see my amazing video on Sam as a friend. Either way, Sam is embarrassed and regrets she valued being popular more than her personal standards. We next see Hawk with the All Valley trophy. She feels like she let him and all Miyagi-Do down when she lost the tournament. She should have won, but she didn't. She has trouble accepting what happened and moving on. While not in the trailer, there was an additional photo with her and Daniel in the background. This is probably an extension of that. Miyagi-Do was supposed to shut down and she is the reason. She doesn't know how to address this with her father. She feels responsible for what he's doing now. So these points are her insecurities, the places where she feels regret or embarrassment over what she did or didn't do. There is probably at least one more we didn't see, and I would guess it's Robbie and maybe Miguel. Obviously, she cheated on Robbie, which is something she's never addressed or even acknowledged. That is likely something else hanging over her during this moment. In fact, she even seemed to blame him for it.
You think I broke your heart? You broke mine too.
That is likely something else hanging over her during this moment. Now the next part has Sam in a dream fight. Obviously this isn't her first dream fight as she fought Tori last time. The question is, will this fight go like last time? Or will Sam come out on top like Miguel did in his dream fight? This time she's fighting herself though, not Tori. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be evil Sam or dark Sam, or maybe instead just the Sam that is haunting her. Like maybe she's fighting her insecurities. She's wearing a black gi and you can even see the red nail polish on the dark Sam as opposed to the blue nail polish on good Sam. Maybe this is Sam trying to come to terms with her split from last season where she took a liking to Johnny's teachings. Now I made a video about dark Sam in season 5. As I said in that video, and I'll repeat here, I don't think she's going full dark. If anything, I think this is her confronting the two halves of herself and not giving into it. If that's the case, maybe the ideal outcome is to fight to a draw and then she can find balance between the two halves. That would make sense. As of now, I tend to think Sam works through these insecurities and Tori isn't comfortable attacking what's bothering her. Maybe that's Miguel on there. Those two can then come together and oddly bring Miguel and Robbie together. I think that is the key to getting Miguel and Robbie together. It would be the girls. The girls first have to find some harmony. We'll have to wait and see if there's anything else in that regard. Otherwise, the trailer has another fight with Johnny and Terry Silver holding a work meeting in a sauna. That is normal with him. It ends with Chosen getting serious. Chosen will be great this season. So that's all for now. I'll go more in depth as we go along. Be sure you're subscribed. You don't want to miss anything. Have a great day. I'll see you at the next watch party.